Hi and welcome to Shave with Dave. Been a while since I've put something up, so I thought I'd give you a look at a couple of new acquisitions I've got. I tell you, I've got to stop this. I've got to stop this buying razors. Razor acquisitional disorder. I think I have a bad case of it. I'm tending to buy about one vintage razor a week, so you can imagine how that soon accumulates. Anyway, it's an interesting hobby and I do like getting them. I want to show you a couple. This one first. I got this from a sort of a local antique shop. It's not marked with any brand, but it's in this interesting lozenge shaped case. And it's a typical kind of old style three-piece. It's got a very much like a Gillette ball end handle to it. Quite solid, but a fairly thin sort of a handle. I do prefer them a little thicker, but it's still pretty nice. It's got the typical head, two-piece head. It's in nice condition. As you can see, got a couple of little dents in it, which is a bit unusual, but other than that, it's good, and it's got a blade case as well. Now, I shave with everything I have, and I will tend to buy only razors that take standard blades because I really don't want a whole bunch of gems and ever-readies and single-edge type razors. I prefer to have the double-edged ones. Interesting thing about this case, and I could be wrong, but let's just put these aside for a moment. I might be wrong about this case, but I think it's not coincidence that the back of it is like a mirror. And I think even the shape of it to hold in your hand, I think that's designed as a shaving mirror. But that's speculation on my part. I don't know for sure. But it's a nice little addition. I just wish it had some sort of brand. Even on here, there's just nothing to indicate where it was made or by whom. Anyway, it's quite nice. Next one I want to show you is one that you'll probably be familiar with, and this is the Bostonian. And let's have a look at this one. The Bostonian has an interesting case because as you lift the lid, there's a cantilever mechanism that raises the razor. And there it is, the Bostonian. When I got this, it was in pretty dirty condition. It was black with dirt. The case didn't look good, the razor didn't look good, and I wondered about it. And when I first got it, I thought, oh, it hasn't got any cracks in the handle. That's really unusual. But then I looked at it more closely, and where is it? Can you see that? Little crack in that, there. Little tiny crack in the handle up near the top. But other than that, it's good. It has the typical sort of screw out bolt, I suppose, out of the bottom, and that allows the head to come off. And it shaves well. It really does. And it's a nice presentation. This is from, I believe, around about the 1920s, somewhere around there. But it's pretty nice, and I'm certainly pleased to have that as part of my collection. The Gillette Bostonian. There are a whole bunch of different presentations apparently about that time in the late 20s, and the Gillette presented. There were different ones in nickel plating and gold plating, and they all had different names and different boxes. It was a pretty clever marketing ploy by Gillette at the time. So that's that one. And finally today, I just want to show you something a little bit different. This is a Fasan. This is a German manufacturer, And Fasan, I understand in German, means pheasant, as in the game bird. And this is pretty nice sort of razor. It's just slipped sideways, and as you can see, it's a slant head. Now look at that. It's a pretty pronounced slant on that. Nice razor, unscrews, again typical 3-piece. It's in very good condition, this one. No cracks in the base plate or in the handle or in the case for that matter. Now whether this is Bakelite or some other plastic, I don't know. I'm inclined to think this one maybe is a little bit later, and it might have been some sort of polycarbonate plastic, but a nice razor and an interesting addition to the collection. I did shave with it and it was okay, but certainly not my favourite shaving razor. Anyway, a couple of interesting ones for you. I hope you enjoyed looking at those. Catch you next time.